Alright, welcome back to the week of the 14th of April. And today we have Erised.
Yep.
Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi.
It's our fourth time on.
Woohoo. That's cool.
Actually,
first time. Well, it's first time me interviewing you. Interviewing you because actually I've never. Oh, I've heard of you guys.
Yeah.
I've never listened to you guys, but today's me at first until I get my cord untangled here.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Cool.
Anyway, so you guys now tell me something that tell me something about the band that I wouldn't know.
That you wouldn't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know anyway, but
Well, yeah.
but something interesting about the band.
Well, let's see here. The band named Erised. The origin for that would be from the Harry Potter, the first Harry Potter.
From the mirror. The mirror.
Yeah, the mirror of Erised from the
Okay.
first Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone or the Sorcerer's Stone. In the UK, it's Philosopher's Stone. Here, it's the Sorcerer's Stone.
I realized that when I saw
Yeah,
it on when I saw it on I saw it on some website whatever and it was a Philosopher's Stone and stuff, Sorcerer's Stone. Yeah, I saw that.
My wife actually named the band.
That's
Erised.
cool.
She played bass once upon a time.
Is she a huge Harry Potter fan? I'm guessing.
Yes, we all are. the whole Smith family clan. Yeah.
That's cool.
This is Emily Smith and I'm Christopher Smith, and we're in the band so far.
That's cool.
And then we also have Jeff Holshoe, who's also
That's pretty
huge.
cool.
So and right now we're pretty much a studio band. We make records, put it out on Spotify and
Okay.
Amazon and all
Okay.
that stuff.
So you guys don't play out in like
No,
any little clubs or like any little like restaurants, stuff like that.
I used to play a lot at like coffee houses.
Yeah,
and
coffee
all that
houses,
stuff,
all
but
bars
I
and
quit
stuff.
doing that stuff. Now it's just pretty much making albums, putting them out there, and yeah, and we come here because this is one of our favorite places to visit.
Yeah, and it's hot, but you know
Yeah.
it's a cool place to be. You know, if you've never been to Lakeland Community College in Kirtland, Ohio, you gotta be here, and especially if you're a band, you want to have your stuff heard over live stream and stuff like that. You know, we have plenty of spotlights that we do and stuff like that. And you already answered my first question, which was, why'd you pick the name for your band?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Next question is, what inspired you to get into music? Like what, like was it somebody? Was it someone? Was it somebody? Was it something that someone said? Or
I'd have to say probably Paul Simon.
okay,
The songwriting, I always wanted to play like Paul Simon and write songs like Paul Simon. His poetry, not only is the music really good, but his poetry is really good too. So that's always been. I try not to do just throwaway lyrics. I try to.
I'm gonna
put it that.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and guess is Paul Simon from Simon and Garfunkel?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, is it? Okay.
That is correct.
Okay, because I used to listen to some of their songs back in the day, but now it's not even on my playlist on my phone anymore. Because I got a new phone and all that stuff got deleted, so I had to get all new list of stuff.
Did you get to hear the Disturbed version of Sound of Silence?
No.
That one's pretty awesome. Yeah, that was a good cover.
I would ask the next question, but you said that you guys don't play in shows or anything like that. You mostly the studio stuff like that.
Studio. Yeah, we live pretty far away from each other, so a lot of our music, we email ideas back and forth. So it's stuff you couldn't do before.
Well, you can always Skype the person. You just do it that way too.
Yep. When
That's
we
a cool way to do it.
We email back and forth like ideas. And
that's how I used to do with me and my friend. I write songs too. Me and my friend, he's in a band, so I would send him my lyrics, and he would come up with songs and stuff to that stuff. So that's how, yeah. Where'd you guys? How did you guys meet? I know you said your wife was a bassist and your friend is the drummer and stuff like that. But where did you? Okay, let me ask you this: where did you guys meet?
Okay.
How?
Well, It's actually Erised is coming up to its 15th year anniversary.
Oh,
so
my.
there's a lot of history to this one. That's one of the albums I brought you. It isn't even out yet. It's the greatest hits. That's the one that's just called Erised.
Yeah.
That's going to come out in February. So I gave.
Oh,
That's why I brought it.
Yeah.
That's not even going to be out yet. But I have. So there's a long history since it's been 15 years. So we
Jeez.
started started in Chardon.
Uh-huh.
That's going to school friends. So I started with the band with my friend Joe, and that was a previous band, and it was just the two of us. And then that kind of broke up when I followed my wife off to college. And then I started playing music with Megan, my wife. And then that's actually when Erised, the name came around, was during that time.
Oh,
so that was out in
cool.
Bowling Green.
Oh, wow.
Bowling Green. And then my friend Joe started playing music with my wife and I as well. So then we were a three-piece, which was fun. So we got drums, bass, guitar, singing.
So so how
that was first Erised.
So how many people are in the band now?
Now Emily does some vocals a little bit, and then Jeff and I. So we're kind of three-piece right now.
Okay.
Still again.
Kind of like Green Day and Hanson what was it, Blink-182
Yeah.
and stuff. All three
I give it
pieces,
a lot to Jeff.
all great three-piece
My
bands.
bandmate Jeff is the one that he's a one-man band. He plays drums, guitar. The reason why he picked up doing drums for my band is because I have no
rhythm.
So I'm just like, I would love to have drums on these things. So he actually, he got really good at playing drums, and that's.
See, I think because I have ADHD, so my parents when I was younger got me a drum set.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, well this could work because I always loved drums. So I tried it out for a few years and stuff. I was like, okay, now my drum set just sits there, so I don't play it no more. But drums for me when I was a kid was just to get the anger out of my system and stuff like that. Not to beat the crap out of the drum set, but just to have a rhythm and I just like if you have a rhythm, you can play anything you really want to. What genre do you guys consider yourself?
Well, let's see here. I think I have it listed as alternative.
Alternative, okay.
Mostly because it doesn't fit under a really good umbrella. Because I'm a singer. I'm pretty much a singer-songwriter, folky guy. When I'm just playing my acoustic stuff. Jeff is a rocker. He plays. I mean, he's played metal stuff. He's done. So it's kind of it's a mixture of the two worlds colliding. So you get some. With the one album on there, Reflections, it was an acoustic album, but it sounded kind of medieval-ish because he was playing mandolin or playing acoustic and stuff. So that was an interesting.
That's one instrument we have not had in here is mandolin.
Yeah,
I don't think
I wish
that's
we
a
can
cool
play
instrument.
a track off of it so you can at least hear it.
That's a cool.
And he was awesome. He picked.
We'll actually play that next.
Yeah, he picked up the mandolin and all that stuff just pretty much for that album. He was just playing around and figuring how to. But then, like this album that we just finished, Castles, it just came out this month. That's the new one. Is a rock album. So I can't. It's hard to just say, oh, I'm just metal. I'm just I'm not metal.
You gotta be like a variety of different things.
We go under a big umbrella, but for the most part, it's listed under alternative, folk rock.
That's cool.
All that stuff.
Well, if you want, we can play it right now.
Sure. What do you want to do? You want to do the first track off the new album is called Castles.
Castles. Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna take a short break here, but while we take a break, enjoy Erised with Castles. All right, welcome back.
Hello.
That was Erised with Castles.
Yes.
I actually really liked that one.
Did you? Oh, cool.
Thank you.
I love Jeff's lead guitar at the end is probably one of my favorites. I think you did a really good job.
Everything about that was kind of cool. It sounded like it almost sounded like it was like a medieval type song.
You know,
like
that's
song
the funny
play.
thing with that song is
Like they always they would sit around like on like a campfire or something like that,
Yep.
and roasting wherever they have for dinner or whatever and stuff.
The funny thing with that track is in 2015, the Reflections album, we
Uh-huh.
did an acoustic version of that,
Uh-huh.
and that's the one. It has like mandolin and all that stuff.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
it sounded very medieval. And then for this one, we're like, okay, this is going to be a rock album. Let's do a rock version of it.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
That's cool.
Very true.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff
What?
doesn't use the guitar that much.
Oh, are you kidding? He plays the guitar all the time.
Actually, he plays the drum.
Oh, he plays well, but he does the guitar stuff too all the time.
Oh.
And the drums.
He's a
and-
switch
he's-
swapper.
Yeah, he does all that stuff.
He's a flip flopper.
Yeah.
That's a better way of phrasing it.
All right, so what's your songwriting process?
Songwriting process. Well, when I first started playing, like my first song I wanted to learn how to play was "Sound of Silence" from Simon and Garfunkel. That was the first thing. So it was learning how to play certain chords. So I would play chords and then hum along with them, and then
Mhm.
maybe lyrics would come up
Yeah.
while you're just fooling around. But then later, I would be writing poetry during like study hall and stuff
Oh yeah,
like that.
poetry's always the best
Yep.
the best answer.
And I mean, I didn't have any homework, so I'm sitting there just doing poems in study hall. But then I would make music to the poems, and that was when I was first starting to do it. Lately, it's been Jeff sends me some like music idea, and then I'll put lyrics to it. So my songwriting's gone both ways.
Because
Very nice.
Yeah.
some of the best songs come from poems.
Yes.
True. Don't worry, I got something for you. If you could play with anyone that either influences you in creating music, who would you play or want to play with or do projects with?
Just one. Just
Okay, 3.
3? Oh wow, that's
That's
nice.
a
I'll broaden
brain
it
teaser.
for you.
All right,
That's
3.
a brain stomper right there.
Wow. Okay. All right. So I'd probably go with Paul Simon, obviously.
Okay.
David Gilmour, and probably Maynard from Perfect Circle, Tool, all that stuff. It would be interesting to collaborate with those gentlemen. It'd be, yeah, because he writes some of the best lyrics too. And David Gilmour is just awesome at the guitar. So that's me from Pink Floyd.
How important is image to you?
Image?
Yeah, image.
Not very, because I'm pretty much an unseen artist.
Kind of
It's- yeah, I'm not-
I kind of goes behind the
yeah.
Goes behind the mask towards
Exactly, yeah. I might as well as be.
or a person behind the mask.
I might as well be that one late girl or that one singer that has the head thing over her.
Lady Gaga.
No, Saya. You know what I'm talking
Sia?
about?
No.
Is that what it? You know
I
what I'm
don't
talking
know.
about? The lady.
Yeah,
that has
yeah,
her
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Sia, yeah.
yeah. I think it is.
That
Just like that.
thing. I
That
can
thing,
envision it, but I can't
No,
figure it
where
out.
you can never see her. But yeah, the image isn't important because middle-aged guy. I'm not.
How do you how do you handle mistakes during performances, like in studio wise?
Studio-wise is easy, because then you can just go back and
Yeah.
fix. That one's easy. The live ones are where it's hard. The live ones, you just grin and bear it and hope that nobody notices. That's the way it goes. Like, oh, there was a mistake. You know what? They probably won't notice the mistake.
No,
just keep pedaling on. Yeah.
As long as you can keep it going,
That's it. Yeah.
they don't care what you do.
I haven't had any like major thing. There was this one time where I had, in Bowling Green, my wife and I were playing at open mic night,
Uh-huh.
and it was a new effects pedal,
Oh boy.
and I was
Did it
foolish
break?
to bring. No, worse. It was given the worst feedback plugged in,
Ooh.
and it was just very embarrassing. It was just like, and my that was the last time my wife did open mic
Was it
nights.
it
It was a Boss.
My question was it one of those wah-wah pedal things or
No,
was
it was the problem was it was one of those that has banks and it has a whole bunch of different effects.
Oh yeah.
And it just wasn't working for me, so I was just like, yeah, this is foolish. Because I did all other open mics and I was fine, but this is the first time I brought that pedal on, and I was like, maybe I'll stick to just being acoustic with that stuff. 'cause it
Because-
didn't
Or
work out.
you bring the old
Yeah.
previous stuff with you.
Yeah, so
You
that-
never always rely on just
But
the
we
new
still-
toy.
we still made it through. What I did was I think I just got rid of the pedal and just hooked it up and just played it acoustically. But it was just one of those, like, oops, that was a bad idea. I should have practiced.
Because I've seen one of the, well, not one of the worst things, but I've seen a guitar player. I don't know what show it was. He was playing. All of a sudden, he like drops his guitar pick, but as he drops, he still plays the note still.
What I've seen some concerts is they'll have a bunch of the guitar picks on the mic stand. I'm like, oh,
but actually, he was down on his last one. He pulled the last one. Just before he strummed the guitar, he plucked his last one, and he lost
Well,
it.
actually, that's an attachment you could buy.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
I was always thinking of getting one of those for like in here, just in case.
Do you lose your guitar picks all the time?
I lose them inside the guitar.
Ooh, that's the worst place.
It is the worst.
That's the worst place to do it, especially if you're playing it like playing a studio or you're playing a live performance and you're
studio you don't have to worry about
but
it.
if you're live
It's still annoying.
because
picks go to die.
I'm assuming in electric guitar or an electric acoustic guitar that it makes really bad like ticking noise in the guitar, and that's really bad.
Very true.
Do you write your lyrics? Do you ever change a song in your lyrics when playing them?
Oh, you mean if you forget the lyrics and you have to come up with some? Oh, what was?
If you have a lyric almost like improvising.
Yeah.
Have you ever improvised in a song?
Or some people just
make it
change
longer.
them around.
Yeah,
to make it up.
I change it around. Make it so it's not the same as what we actually wrote down.
Well,
It's not.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good about if I write it, I stick to it. Her song, My Sweet Emily. I have a copy of a rough track when I first wrote it, and I had. I said a lot, and I had a whole bunch of extra phrases that I didn't need it. So I kept that track, but then I did a new version where I edited a lot. So I was actually taking stuff out to make it more fluid and fit with the rhyme scheme stuff. So yeah, I mean,
a little less repetitive.
Yeah, repetitive. I was like, wow, I say a lot. I don't need that in that song. So cut it down, made it flow better.
Do you ever get nervous during competition?
All the time. Playing live, I get really bad stage fright. This one doesn't.
Not me.
No, she actually does
You
drama.
can tell.
Natural.
She does Geauga Lyric Theater Guild stuff, and she's, wow, you're so brave. I can't believe that you go out there and you never get stage fright, because I get stage fright. That's one of the reasons why I'm okay
I'm
with
just
not
glad
playing.
that they like my performance, so I'm like, okay,
You got this.
I can
True.
do this. If you guys like this performance,
Jeff doesn't get bored stage fright either. I'm envious.
If a whole audience doesn't like it, I don't even get stage fright. Or if the audience does, I don't get
You
stage
got this.
fright.
That's awesome. Wish I had that, and I've always had it. I did drama in high school too, and I would actually do one of those I'm gonna forget this line. I'm gonna forget this line. You psych yourself out and I forgot that line.
I'm guilty
myself.
of that every once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm really guilty.
You fight through it though. It adds stuff to it though too.
One performance, I had to tell people their lines, and I was on the stage, and everybody was watching.
So yeah.
I was like, no, that's not your line. That's her line.
You should
This
put
is
the
your
acted into
line.
the scene though, so it doesn't seem like you know what I mean. You can
Don't
rephrase their
make
line.
the person don't
don't
make the
make-
person
yeah.
seem like they're dumb.
Yeah. Make it seem natural.
Not very smart.
Oh, here's your line, but I'm going to say it as if we're in a conversation.
So before you get this, before you perform and stuff, what kind of exercises do you do with your voice or with your instrument, or your instrument, I should say?
Tuning. Always
tune
Always
it.
be tuning.
Tuning it. Now, as far as your voice goes, how do you what kind of exercises do you do with your voice to get it not perfect, but to a spot where you like it?
I probably should do vocal exercises, but I don't. I mean,
No?
I'll maybe take a glass of water, something like that, but I don't do the door.
I think one of my friends told me that salt water, or whatever, drinking water with salt water,
Clears it up?
clears up your throat a little bit.
Huh. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you ever well solar is always good for other things too, well I'm not gonna say it, but anyway.
Fishes. Some fishes like.
How do you describe your music to people? How would you describe it to people? Is it like well, I'll let you explain it.
How describe my music, people?
Yeah, like how do you
Crazy.
how do you want people like your music if they were listening to your music what would you say to them?
Or they never heard it before.
Yeah,
never heard it
never
before.
heard it
I guess
before.
you'd have to mix it with genre. I mean, the best way to do it is with other bands, where you'd have to be like, well, there's a mixture of this Simon and Garfunkel influence, Beatles influence here. Jeff brings Metallica into the mix. Like something. You'd make a little mix of different bands to do it. But
Very true.
yeah, that's probably the best way to describe those things. Singer-songwriter. A lot of them, even if they get doctored up with rock stuff, a lot of them started out with just
She wants to say something.
go ahead. How would you
something.
describe?
Me, crazy.
Yep.
I would say it was crazy and it's okay. Crazy and okay together.
Should we play your Emily song at some point? Should we do that one? Emily has a track off of the Reflections album.
Okay.
So we got
Let's
that.
see what
Is
I can
that
find
the
real quick.
more edited down version one?
It's the Emily song.
Well, I mean the
Am I seeing
edited down
Am I seeing
version.
Emily or Emily song?
The Emily song. There we go.
Okay.
That one. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break,
You're-
real quick, and we're gonna listen to Erised with Emily's song.
Yep.
Do 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 do.
meet together on the blood moon.
All right, welcome back. And that was Erised with Blood Moon.
Yes.
And previous
And
before that was
my
Emily's
song.
song.
Did you want to hear a really cool nerd fact with that song?
What?
It was actually named after the magic card, Blood Moon.
Really?
Which
I
isn't
thought
it wasn't that
was-
great of a song, but
I thought that was
yeah.
why.
And then the very first line is Black Swamp. It's named that line was named after the Black Swamp Arts Festival out in Bowling Green. That's awesome, fun
So
lyric thing.
how would you rate your live performance ability if you had if you were
I had to.
if you had to perform live and
Yeah.
and you performed live, how would you rate your performance?
Amateur.
Amateur.
Yeah.
I don't
Amateur.
know.
Not bad. I mean, I've seen some bad open mic.
Oh, I've seen the
So,
worst.
I mean, I could handle myself
Me
okay.
too.
It depends on how much preparation I had beforehand, but I don't really. Some musicians. I'm always envious of some musicians that are up there that they have everything memorized. They've got everything. I'm one of those guys with my music stand with the sheet music, and it's like.
I mean, it goes in one ear, it comes out the other.
I'll try. One of my previous albums, I did try to memorize the whole album so I could play it live without having it memorized. But I only did that one album, and I've forgotten that since.
I know that when I played at the Grog Shop last year, before one of my songs with my friend, I had my phone in my hand, so I couldn't remember my own lyrics anyway. So
that's funny that you mentioned that, because this one picture you guys still have up from Emily and I playing. That's at Red Hawk Grill. They had open mics.
Okay, yeah.
I actually was having Emily in her hand is my phone, and I was hoping that she could hold the phone for me to be able to read
your lyrics.
She's busy dancing around. I'm like, okay, I think I know this song enough that I can do this, but it was pretty fun. I tried that, what you're talking about.
Oh, now they have the mic stands and that have those things.
That would be
now.
nice. Or even, we went to...
or even now the attachments that you hook onto a mic stand for a tablet thing and that.
We went to Playhouse. They had a Beatles cover band,
and
they had the sheet music down on the ground. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Having it just, I mean, you can't be standing there the whole time, but a good focal point to, like, even let you, if you flub up, it probably has the chords and the lyrics there. So
Very true.
that was fun, right?
What are your immediate career, music career goals, like within the next 1 to 3 years?
The immediate ones are, let's see here, in the next 3 years.
Next 1 to 3 years.
1 and 3. I'll go with 3 years.
Okay.
2 more, probably 3 albums. We've been trying to put out an album each year, and then that's the one. We have a very ambitious in 2020 album called Zodiac, where we're trying to do a song for each of the 12 signs of the Zodiac.
Oh, that is
and
cool.
it's going to be it's a very ambitious project. We're going to try to put them out at each solstice and equinox.
Oh, that's
four of the songs.
Cool. That's
yeah,
really
and
cool.
that's going to be in 2020. But
That'll be a first.
But we're going to try to put out an album each year. Yeah.
That's a good goal to have.
But we like that concept album.
I mean, that's a
all
cool.
original songs.
It's a cool concept because I don't think anyone's ever done that.
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
yeah.
I've never heard of that.
No, and then I liked Jeff was the one that came up with the idea of putting them out at the equinox and the solstice and stuff.
So it's be like Pisces and
we've already got a couple
Libra
of them
and
written. We got Aries done, and we're still rough tracking about. We're not planning on that until 2020.
Yeah.
But I'm one of those guys that I've
Thinks
got
ahead.
stuff planned out for a bit. And
Thinks
just,
ahead.
Yeah, just like whoa, okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of a person that likes to think ahead too, because when you think ahead, like in homework wise, and you want to be ahead of the schedule. So you're like, okay, I have this done, I have this done, I have this done, I have this done, and I'm ahead of the class. You're like 2-3 weeks ahead of the class. I don't have to worry about anything, I mean, do I have to go to class because of this?
Yeah.
There's like no,
Yeah,
so I
do
think
it.
ahead. So I think it's good.
I scaled it back though. I was trying to do like a spring album and a fall album.
Okay.
I was trying to do two, but it was just the distance and then coming up with new tracks and all that stuff. I was just like, it's just one a year sounds good. That's fine. And let's people know that your band is still alive and still doing
True.
stuff.
So
Very
what
true.
do you what are you working on now? I know you said that you have an album that's not even out yet.
Yeah, that's February. It's going to
February.
be Erised's 15th year anniversary. So what I did, 15 songs. There's actually been 15 albums. There's been 12 actual albums on Spotify and all that stuff, and then there's been 2 singles, which brings us to 14. And then there's one unreleased album, which was the first Erised album, which was called Maxwell. Well, that was the very first one. That was 15 years ago, and I chose one song from each album to put on the greatest hits,
Okay.
like the best one. So that's how we
That makes
how
sense.
I arrived
Makes
at
sense.
15. I was like, well, there's been 13 albums. 12 of them have already been released. One of them never got released, but then I've got 2 singles, which was fun. I did one single for Emily and one for Alora. So those automatically got on the... I cheated because that's automatically on the greatest hits 'cause they're singles. But that's
True.
how we did 15. So 15 for 15. Erised, February. Going to be 15-year anniversary. So.
Do you have you ever thought about traveling to other states?
No. Have the fans come to me. Not really. It just we have family. We got
Going
all
on.
kinds of other priorities.
We can always go on if you have family in other states, you can go to that like that.
That's true. That's true.
Do
I mean,
a family road trip to different states that your family lives.
maybe
your
when
relatives live in.
the girls are all grown up and my hat's off to those musicians that can like pack up and go to the road and leave their family. Can't do that. That would
Do it as a group.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. I really don't.
I don't know.
Because you have this really short time frame with your kids.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get the dream of getting to go do music and stuff, but wow, you can't go back and have them turn younger. But then again, you're missing out on all those awesome experiences. That's true too. So I know that's just the choice I've made is where your priority is, and I still want to do the music. I still want to. That's why we found this really cool niche where we can stay home, we can raise kids, we can do all this stuff, but we can still, live the dream, making music and having people listen to it.
Now I got one more for you,
Sure.
and then we're gonna play some more songs.
Sweet.
What was the first tune or tunes you learned?
The first tune, I think I mentioned earlier, but
Yeah,
it was
Paul Simon.
Sound of Silence from Paul Simon was the
Yep.
first one. And it was interesting because I'd have to, when you're first learning guitar, you have to, move fingers.
Yeah,
You
move.
need to communicate with
Yeah,
them.
you pluck
Yep.
along and
So you just place your fingers there,
and
then
you gotta pluck it.
Yeah, and that one was like the version I learned was D minor, a D minor to C, and so I just focused on just that chord change, and that took forever, just figuring out D minor to C, but then I also was doing a little finger picking thing
Yeah.
with it, and but it was just training your mind to be like, okay, with your hands and figuring that stuff out. But
All right. So
can we mention
go ahead.
the artwork?
Go ahead.
This one, let's see here. Reflections was 2015. The interesting thing with this album and that one, they're kind of sister albums, even though they're 2 years away from each other. Reflections was in November of 2015, and
Okay.
the artwork, as you pointed out, is from Squire's
Yep.
Castle, which is cool. Now, there's a reason why we chose Squire's Castle. My wife was taking pictures for the girls, Mother's Day pictures.
Okay.
And they're all in their white dresses and all that stuff. Now, the cool thing with Squire's Castle is I proposed to my wife at Squire's Castle.
Oh,
So we
that's
have
cool.
all this history. We were thinking about having our wedding at Squire's Castle. So we had the first album, Reflections, had the girls out front. It's the cover, one that says cover down at the bottom.
Cover.
Yeah, and then how do you do a screen?
There you go.
So if everybody can see that, there's Alora and there's Emily, and then there's Erised, and there's the castle right there. Okay, so then that one you have the girls out front of the castles, and that's kind of what that album was. It was a celebration of my girls and life, and it was a very uplifting, classical, acoustic not classical, but acoustic album. It
Yeah,
was light.
yeah,
it was a
yeah.
really light album. So okay, so that
And
one's
sweet.
Reflections 2015. Sweet, yes, that one was fun.
Okay.
Sweet.
And next one?
And then the next one, and then the one that we're talking about is Castles, which was a rock one. So go ahead and back,
Back.
and then Castles, and then what is it? The one that actually is a picture that says Castles. Okay. Now the cool thing with this picture is it's Squire's Castle, but if you look in the window, there are the girls right there.
That's
this
cool.
is one of the girls.
Like,
but they're-
if you ever, I mean, like, if you ever have like a book, and have you ever flipped the pages and stuff, and then that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
So now they're inside the castle.
Or like if you ever have a CD cover, I have them on the front cover, and then when you open it up, it's like wait, where do they go?
Yeah.
There's a castle.
Yeah,
That'd be
they're
kind of
there.
cool.
So, but then when it came to artwork for this one, I was like, you know what, that would be kind of cool because I already like that. But then also this album is a little bit darker. A lot of them are, breakup songs.
Yeah,
They're kind
I hate
of,
those.
yeah.
They're really bad.
I haven't.
I've
broken up with-
written one.
But yeah,
It's horrible.
But if it's a little bit darker album. It's not as light and fun.
Yeah.
But it's a good album. I really enjoyed it, and Jeff.
I mean, yeah.
Jeff really worked really hard because he's the rocker. I wrote a lot of the songs, and some of them are retooled older songs, but they needed a rock edge. So
I mean, you learn everything breakup song from Taylor Swift. It's pretty much how it goes.
exactly.
It's just so.
Cool. Do you want to listen to another tune?
Sure.
Sure. Okay.
Get time for one more.
Sure. Let's see here.
What do you want? Which one? Do you want one from Castles or do you
Yeah,
want
let's
one
do
from?
another one from Castles.
Okay.
Let's see here. Oh goodness. Let's go with Echo. Yeah.
All right, let's go with Echo. Okay,
Echo,
here's
yeah.
here's Erised with Echo.
There we go.
All right, welcome back.
Hello.
Hope you guys like the music.
Yes, a little.
That was
Right
Erised
there.
with a little bit of everything.
Yep.
That was what was that
That
one?
one's called My Fortress.
My
That's the
Fortress?
last one.
Fortress.
It's funny because the album starts out with castles and it ends with My Fortress.
That's cool.
So get
That's
the whole
cool.
castle motif there. The
That's
funny
a
thing.
little ironic.
Yeah, well, we're playing with like that My Fortress. We're looking at it like, okay, a castle keeps you safe inside, but then it also traps you inside. So it has this
Fortress.
like you're trapped inside too. So we're playing with that concept with that.
All right.
Cool.
So thank you so much
you're
for
welcome.
inviting us back to do this. This is so much
Oh,
fun.
definitely. Thank you for coming to that, especially the many times you've been here.
Yeah, I'm gonna
definitely
I'll
appreciate
see if I
it.
can get Jeff to come. That one time was pretty cool.
That
he able
was
to come out.
cool.
I'd like to see him come out here because he's like a lot of that rock one is a lot of Jeff playing. Because I mean, like I helped songwrite and stuff, but he's the electric guitarist. He's the drummer. He plays bass. I mean, you know,
He could almost do his one-man band.
He's a one-man band.
Whole man, one band.
Yeah.
Now
I-
we just need to talk him into like combining it all into one thing and
Drums,
and welding
strum.
it all
Yeah, I keep
together.
on telling him.
Bang.
When's the Jeff
Strum.
Holshoe solo album? Come on, I want to hear it. So, but
I like this idea.
Yes. So, again, thank you for giving us the opportunity. Because I'll tell you, the last time we came, a lot of you wonderful fans came on Spotify and listened to Erised. It was awesome, and I could tell from viewer count, and
Yep.
it's awesome. So Erised, Spotify.
Well, thank you very much for
Come check us out.
coming
Spotify
out.
and all
Yeah.
that. Definitely do appreciate that many times that you've been on and all
Yeah,
that.
4. Go for 5. Are you guys doing it
Yeah.
again maybe in the fall?
Yeah, you can. It's going to be in that after a
Or
little
in that, yeah.
hiatus that we sort of took with restructuring things that in the fall.
Yeah.
We're back. We're nuts. We have 50 people
We're
coming into
back.
that. You know, the past 3 are going to be 3 weeks in that. We're coming out nuttier and crazier than ever.
That's awesome.
And with a lot more scary things coming out, apps, web, or another thing that people appreciate on the web that's not actually out yet. And that
Ooh.
you'll sort of
Things
see
to
it
be
in a
out.
matter of a few
Okay.
minutes.
Okay. That's exciting.
So yeah, all that stuff.
Cool. Well, shall we do? There's a song called "Forget Me Nots." That's probably one of my favorite ones on Reflections. Where
Okay.
it's just a music. It's just an instrumental, but I enjoyed Jeff's beat
Forget
on it.
Me
immensely.
Not.
Forget Me Nots. There we go. Yep.
Give me nuts.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Here's the last song.
Yes.
Last song by Erised. This is Forget Me Nots.
I appreciate you people out there.
All right, here it is. Forget Me Nots by Erised.